Hey people, this is We187 and welcome back to my beginner's guide for Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. Let me just, there we go, I'm lowering down the audio for me. Alright, so we're going to talk to Mother Mione here. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to— Oh, wait, it's you, wee one. It's so good to see you again. What's that? Here at Badarin's suggestion, you say? The foul-mouthed rogue sends me word that an adventurer might be along for the job, and it turns out to be you. Well, this makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regard to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. So yeah, this is setting us up for the next dungeon that we're about to go into. Oh, I can get both. Okay. So let's accept this. I want to get through these quests relatively quickly, so we can do the dungeon in this video. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardon for interrupting me, Mione, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? And good day to you too, Bowlord. You must be pressing— I can't read. To honor us with a visit. The good news is your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have found a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Yeah, it's me. You can't even see me, I'm so short. There we are. Well, if it isn't our very own man for all seasons, you certainly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed. We won. My thanks for answering the call. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gelmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking around the Deepcroft with an ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and if we leave them to their own devices— Oh no, we leave them at our peril. Okay, I got it, Lewin. I understand. Yeah, but you're gonna send me instead. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the exile at bay. Since we thwarted their attack on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment's respite. They have probed every ilm of our defenses in search of a weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I would like. The situation so being, we have no choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the Lambs of Dalamud to others. Can we rely on you to handle this matter, wee one? Oh, you bet. I got you. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest developments. That is all. Sounds good. Be careful out there here. May the crystal guide you and keep you. Yeah, I'm probably going to cut to where the dungeon actually is, just so we can speed up this video a little bit. Because like I said, I do want to get it done. And we've been over there before. It's in the central shroud, right over here. So Bent Branch, right down there. So I'll meet you there. Alright, and we are back at the entrances. If you see before here, I want to talk to these people. We have more adventurers. We have a Manafa. Gods, I hate mausoleums. It's not right to disturb the dead in their slumber. Yeah, these people might come back later on. Think of our goal, sister. One day our adventures will be the stuff of song, and it will all be worth it. And Dolores Bear. So we meet again. I cannot say I'm surprised to see you here. You took the prize back in Limsa. Remember, they were there for Sestasha. But this time we will give you better sport, or I am no true adventurer. Alright. And then we have these two. Childish curiosity prompted me to commit the most elementary of blunders. Were it not for the fruit that Alian found, my adventures may have all ended in this forbidding place. Always look before you leap. In my haste, this most fundamental rule of adventuring slipped my mind. I do believe I shall rest here a while. And Alian's not looking too great either. I started to think what might have happened to Isildur had I not thought to pick the fruit I stumbled across on my way here. Sometimes he has too much vigor for his own good. Age is supposed to mellow us, but if anything, it has made him more impetuous. I understand his desire to make use of the time left to him, but one misstep and there won't be any. That's true. So anyway, we want to go over here. I'm going to try and avoid these enemies so we don't— Alright, that didn't work. Okay, that's fine. I will just run over here. So we talked to this guy. Well, I guess we have to kill him first now, don't we? Yeah. I don't have my pet out, so I'm just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. But he should die relatively quickly, and then we'll talk to that guy. We're 6 minutes in, so yeah, we should be fine. Because I'm gonna cut the waiting time for the dungeon, so you won't have to sit here and wait on the duty finder. I will, but you won't have to wait at all. So we just have to talk to this guy right here. You're We187, I take it? Yeah, I'm We187. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bowlord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deepcroft and purge it of the Lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the calamity put an end to the 6th Astral Era. The cultists took the lesser moon, Dalamud, for their god, believing it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and it is now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. You are right in my way, Lizette Yazawa. For the sake of Gridania and the Orzi at large, put an end to their madness. Cool, got it. Alright, so I'm going to queue in for the Tam-Tara Deepcroft, and I'll meet you when it pops. Alright, it popped, so finally we're going in. I actually have my friend Popojax Nanajax in with me here, just to speed up the queue, because the queue is taking forever to get into. For some reason, I don't know, usually this dungeon fills in pretty fast because it's part of a roulette, the leveling roulette. But yeah, it was taking a while. But here we are, the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. I'm excited. I like this place, if anything, because it's really, really short and easy to do. Yeah, the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. It's a pretty cool aesthetic. I like it a lot. But yeah, I'm recording this like maybe 45 minutes after. Excuse me. I'm recording this maybe 45 minutes after I started recording before. So I did wait quite a while, but that's fine. We got Popojax Nanajax here. He's a friend of mine in the free company. He's helping me out, so I appreciate it. Alright, so we're going in. And so our goal is to get over here. It's a pretty short dungeon, as you can see. We don't have to go that far. It's going to take maybe about 20 minutes to do. I'm going to set my pet to obey here. So that way he doesn't do his backdraft thing. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the backdraft. Because that'll definitely knock the enemies way back, and that can be annoying. I guess maybe not for, because we have a bard here, but also because Jax is a paladin, and he's a melee. Well, all tanks are melee, but it's just annoying in the long run. Alright, there we go. Pretty simple. So, yeah, there's not much else here. We just got to continue on. There's lots of smaller pools of enemies here, and we can get through it a little bit faster than we did Sestasha. Hopefully. I don't foresee us having any problems. Excuse me. I'm going to try and cut out those coughs if I continue coughing, just like last time. But, yeah, so if I just said excuse me over nothing, then that's why. But yeah, this dungeon, I like it. It's something I always get in the roulette, because later on you unlock the roulettes for the dungeons. I think we already have it unlocked, and like, it always feels like almost 50% of the time I get this dungeon. So I'm not sure why that is, but I guess a lot of new players need this one. I'm surprised, like, I waited, because I was waiting for like about 30 minutes or so before I invited Popojax. I was just playing Fire Emblem, because I'm playing Fire Emblem Fates Conquest right now. It's my first Fire Emblem game I ever played. It's a lot of fun. I like it so far. I must say, I like it. It's quite the fun experience. I just had the first kid join my ranks, which I know was something that you could do in Awakening, but I never really played Awakening to its full extent. So for me, it's pretty new. Oh, I'm attacking the wrong one, am I? That's fine. I'll just, yeah. They're both gonna die at the same time, it looks like, so that's fine. Now we can just get back to ruin spamming this one, because that's what we do. We ruin everything. Alright. The trek continues. I wonder if I have any food that I can eat. It doesn't look like I do. That's fine. I was hoping so. I mean, it wouldn't increase my experience that much, but it would be kind of nice. So just throw that out. I'm looking forward to when we get Bio 2 as well. I don't know when we get that. Let me check in the menu here. We get Bio 2 at level 26, so not too far off, about 8 levels. Yeah, 8 levels. Can I not tab this one? Alright. Okay, I don't know why I couldn't tab there for a second. My keyboard was acting up. That's alright, though. Just keep on ruin spamming the carrion beetle. That's fine. Yeah, he's asking if we want a full clear. These are just side rooms. They don't really have anything in them, so I'm saying we don't really need a full clear. It's just going to waste time, and to be honest, it's not worth it. If you can go in there if you want, though, that is totally A-okay. I'm just saying, because he's taking time out of his day to, like, run a dungeon that he doesn't need to run at all, so I figured I might as well go a little bit easy on him. Oh, I didn't spend my Ether Flow stack yet. That's fine. Cast on Miasma. And there we go. And I want to get these dots up on this one, too. It looks like the Bard's going for that other one there, so... That's the one thing that's a little bit annoying as a DPS. You're never really sure which monster the other DPS is attacking, and the tank doesn't always mark them. I actually do not mark as a tank either. By marking, I mean, like, putting those marks above the enemies. I usually don't, just because I let the DPS figure it out, and that's what Popojax is doing as well. So, yeah, that's just how it goes. Sometimes for these really early dungeons, it's just a bit of a hassle to have to mark. And even in the later ones, I don't do it, because at that point, it's not really worth it. Alright, so here, what you want to do is you want to take out these Gravediggers first. It doesn't really matter too much, but taking out the Gravediggers makes it a little bit easier to deal with the actual, the Dalamud Priest, which is the first part of this mini-boss here. I'm just going to throw my dots up, my Bio and Miasma on both the Gravedigger and the Dalamud Priest. And my Ether flows back, so I'm going to Energy Drain. Cool. It's a really nice way to keep your MP up if you're running low on MP. Just do that. Like, once your Ether flows back up and you have one to spend here, just throw out your Energy Drain, and you'll be golden as far as MP. Yeah, so this is the Void Soul counter. Just don't stand in front of him where the tank is. Stay back as a DPS, obviously. And you should be just fine. I'm going to re-throw up my Bio there. Yeah, chipping away at his HP. Popojax is a pretty good tank. I actually, I don't know if he's had any other tanks leveled. No, yeah, he usually plays healer or summoner. Scholar or summoner, which is what we're leveling. So he knows what I'm doing pretty well. There we go. And he is dead. So after you kill this thing, you want to examine this cultist orb. There's a couple that you want to get to each time. And yeah, you can see like the ropes for these other three. Basically, once we clear all three of these orbs, then we can access the boss. And I do not need that. That's a tank item. So away we go. I don't think I got any loot drops last time either, did I? I might have gotten something. No, I don't remember getting anything. How interesting. Or it might have been actually that the loot drops weren't as good as what I got from the Hall of Novice. That's also completely possible, because the Hall of Novice is new and I didn't take that into consideration. Alright, let's throw out our Bio. You know, Bio is, in the older Final Fantasy games, Bio is such a powerful black magic spell. And in this game, it's just a dot. Like, it's just... I guess it's definitely important to keep up. But, you know, I always... like, in Final Fantasy IV or Final Fantasy IX, it's a really, really powerful... powerful hitting spell. And it's a little bit underwhelming in this game, but that's fine, because we get Ruin. And it's Ruin's first appearance since 13 that we get it. So, I approve, because I loved 13's invention of the spell Ruin. I thought it was pretty cool. Alright, you're taking him back here. So, yeah, let's throw up our Bio. Throw up our Miasma. Miasma's another cool spell. If I remember right, that was just a regular poison, even in the old ones, but I could be wrong. It's been a little while. I'm actually playing through Final Fantasy IX on my phone. I think I mentioned that last time, while I'm waiting for it to come out on Steam. And that's another game I would like to LP eventually, but I'm not going to LP Final Fantasy IX until... it has to be out on Steam. I'm not going to do the PS1 version at this point. Also, I need to finish Birth by Sleep and Super Mario Galaxy 2 before I even think about starting Final Fantasy IX, so that's the big thing. And then by that point, Kingdom Hearts 2.8 will be out, and just a bunch of stuff. So I don't think we're going to be getting into Final Fantasy IX for quite a while. Alrighty, let's take on this. So, a bit about the lore of this place. Oh, I did 2 bios in a row. The lore is, as you know, like the thingies of Dalamud. I can't remember what they are of Dalamud, but yeah, we just learned about it in this video. They've basically taken up this place, and they're trying to use it. Oh, let me say congrats, because Popojax leveled up. And apologies if you hear the crinkling of my water bottle. I have it right next to the microphone, but I need it for my cough, so that's my excuse. But yeah, they've taken over this place, and yeah, they're just not making, they're not giving Gridania a really great time. So we're just in here to step in, take care of these... the Flames of Dalamud. That's what it is. The Flames of Dalamud. And Dalamud, if you don't know, Dalamud was the moon that fell at the end of 1.0 Final Fantasy XIV. That's basically the big cataclysm event that led into A Realm Reborn, because outside of, like, from the moon came out the Elder Primal Bahamut, and that pretty much destroyed the world. So, I'm sure you know that at this point, but if you didn't, that's the lore behind what Dalamud is. It's actually the lesser moon. There used to be 2 moons in the sky. Now we only have 1. Because that one fell. And that is more tank stuff that I know Popojax doesn't need because he's level 35. But that's okay. So in we go. Alright, so same deal here. It's actually the same exact boss mechanic as the previous mini-boss. It's just that this time, instead of 2 Gravediggers, there are 3 Gravediggers. So we just... I'm letting the Bard take care of that one. I'm just going to kill this one right here. Yeah, now we definitely want to take out the Gravediggers before we take out the Priest. If anything, just because it'll make it less hectic. Alright, we'll throw our... I'm going to throw up my bio, and I'm going to just... Ooh, I leveled up. Cool. So that puts us at level 19. I approve of that. I love the level up victory fanfare thing too. It's such a good rendition of the victory fanfare. I think it's actually better than the one that we actually get in this game when we finish stuff, in my opinion. All right, ether flow, energy drain. There we go. Just dealing the damage, and our pet's doing a pretty good job too. Right now it's only gusting, but you know those gusts add up. They're not as powerful as what we can do, but you know we do have a pet helping us deal damage. That's really cool. I think that's really cool anyway. I just wish I could run and cast spells at the same time, like in Final Fantasy XII. You can kind of see that, like, if you wait until the very end of the charge, you can run a little bit right now, but it's not really the same as, like, if I'm casting Miasma and I run, it's going to get interrupted like that. But there we go. In the treasure chest, we have an axe. I am not going to take that axe. I don't need it. Let's get the orb here, just like last time. And that's 2 out of 4. So, like, we're already halfway done. And we are 11 minutes in. So this is a really, really fast dungeon. Oop, I don't want to take aggro. There we go. I didn't see Popojax cast Flash, which is the aggro generating spell for paladins. But he's got it down. Not to worry about at all. But yeah, Fire Emblem Fates. That's a pretty interesting game. I think I'm like chapter 13 right now. Chapter 13 or 14. And yeah, I just had... my first child, not my own player character's child, but like another character's child. I had Arthur's kid, Percy. I think it's Percy. Yeah, that's the first one I got. I had paired him with Felicia, and that was pretty cool. As for myself, I'm thinking of pairing my own character with Azura, who's like one of the other, like basically I think the other main character in Fire Emblem Fates, aside from you, pretty much. So that's pretty cool. I like the game a lot so far, and I'm looking forward to, after beating Conquest, trying out Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, and then the third one, I forget what it's called, I think Revelation? Yeah. Oh, those coughs, though, they're crazy. I don't like coughing. Not at all. Yeah, all of us are caster classes except for the tank there. Well, I mean, okay, the Bard's not a caster, but I'm used to calling them casters. At level 52, Bards get the skill called the Wanderer's Minuet, which basically turns all of their attacks into spells that you have to charge, which increases their DPS, but you know, they can't move, because now they're like bow mages. Wasn't that like an actual job in Final Fantasy X too? No, I think that was Gun Mage. Gun Mage was the job name. I never actually beat Final Fantasy X 2. It's the only 3D Final Fantasy game I haven't beaten, so I gotta get around to that. I don't dislike the game. I don't take it seriously, but I don't dislike it. I think it's got a really cool battle system. I just whenever I decide I want to like play it, I want to play through FF10 first, and by the time I get to the end of Final Fantasy X, I'm like, all right, I'm done with this universe for a little while, and then it just repeats. But ain't that just the way? As Gregory would say. Alright. So here we have the Akamena Groundsman. I actually don't know if, what Akamena is. I'd have to look up that in the lore a little bit. It could just be like a rank of the Flames of Dalamud, but somehow I kind of doubt it. Alright. There we go. I should probably... yeah. I hope you can see what I'm actually doing on my hotbars. I tend to like be a button masher. Like you see, I'm just mashing 3 over and over, which is ruin for me. Oh, and I also should probably attack this one. There we go. The nice thing about being an Arcanist, or a Summoner in general, or a Scholar, is that like you don't really have to... like, if you want to focus on several enemies at once, you can just throw your dots around and then just focus on one. And they'll all take damage, and that's pretty nice. So if you want to look at our progress throughout the dungeon, we've came all the way over here, and now we're going this way. And, yeah, that's a dead end, so we didn't go in there. But see, that's how short of a dungeon this place is. It's really nice and simple. I think we've only been going for, like, what, 15 minutes? That's crazy. They're not all going to be this short, though. I think the Copperbell Mines is going to take a little bit longer, which, spoilers, is the next dungeon. And then after that, we have a couple others that definitely start to get lengthy. I don't think we're going to have a really, really long one until, like, level 28, I'd say. Yeah, the level... no, I'm sorry, level 24. The level 24 dungeon is a bit lengthy. But then after that, we don't get another really long one until, like, 35. So... and that one's optional, but I am doing all the optional dungeons. I think it's important that I show off everything and at least all the dungeon content, because that's what a new player is going to be doing. And despite the fact that this is less so a beginner's guide to Final Fantasy XIV at this point, and more so the joy of Final Fantasy XIV with Jacob Taylor instead of Bob Ross, I still think it's important that I show everything, because I'm sure there are some new players who are still watching who would think it's cool, or if you just want to see me play through it. I don't really, it's not that I don't care what your reasons are, but, like, your reasoning for watching this isn't going to affect my structure at this point. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing with this beginner's guide. I'll keep calling it a beginner's guide, but I'll keep treating it like a Let's Play. Because at this point, it's too late to change it. That's just the way it evolves. So yeah, we didn't go that way, by the way, because that has a sealed barrier. So we have to actually go this way first and take out this cultist rosary and all these trash mobs here. But this is pretty much the last fight before the last mini-boss and then the boss after that. So it's pretty nice. Nice and fast. Ruin. I can't wait till we get Bane. I don't know what level we get Bane. Let me check. It doesn't actually say here, so I think we actually get Bane probably level 20 from the class quest, which we'll be doing, I'm guessing, next video. I don't know if this dungeon is going to put us up to level 20 or not. And if it doesn't, then I'll probably just do the hunting log off screen to get to level 20. I could just continue the main story, but at this point, I think it's better if we get Bane before we go into Copperbell Mines. It might make our stay a little bit easier. And then I can show off the Arcanist dungeon as a nice, or the Arcanist level 20 quest, so we can get back to that story with Thubergime and the Mikote girl. I can't remember her name, even though I think she's really cool. So there we go. He got the cultist rosary, so we can just head on over here. That's a cool name, Near Ash. And then, oh, we have Far Ash and Near Ash. That's actually really cool. I didn't even notice that these two are probably together. They're playing together. That's kind of adorable. So, yeah. And then there's me, Wee 187. And then, of course, Popojax. But Popojax is doing us a favor. And he's doing a really, really good job tanking. So, I'm not going to complain that his name and my name don't match. But we are both Lalafels, so that's a good thing. I guess we do match in some ways. So yeah, so many gravediggers. Like, I guess that's something a little bit disappointing about this dungeon, is the mini bosses themselves are really uninteresting because they're the same thing over and over. But that's not going to stay the same. They're going to get more interesting as we go. In some dungeons in the future, I'd even say the mini bosses are harder than the final bosses. But I'd say this dungeon is a pretty interesting final boss for where we are. All right, so now we have our last Void soul counter. Just throw up our bio, throw up our miasma. I'm going to do our energy drain. And ether flow. And that's how you do it. I'll even throw in a virus too. If I haven't explained what virus does, it basically reduces the damage that he deals for however long it lasts. And after you've cast a virus, he can't be revirused for a minute, because he gains the antibody, which basically he becomes immune to future viruses. But that's fine for me because I have a minute cast timer pretty much on my own virus skill. It would only matter if you have like a second Arcanist that also wants to cast virus at the same time. Like, you can't stack the two viruses. You used to be able to, but they changed that because it was getting really overpowered with the summoners just throwing around viruses like crazy. So, we each get our own cultist orb here, and that leads into this cutscene, which I will take the opportune moment to take a swig of water. Because for someone with a sore throat, I'm doing an awful amount of talking. Who summons me from the void to reside within this cruel vessel? I do. That's pretty cool. I like that. I remember the benchmark of Final Fantasy XIV and Realm Reborn had that little scene in the beginning. Cool. I don't need that. Yep. Alright. Oh, apparently Popojax is struggling to keep the aggro from the bard Far Ash, but that's okay. So basically for this boss, it starts out pretty simple. You just want to begin... It's sort of a tank and spank. By the way, I like the name Eternal Calm. Speaking of Final Fantasy X references, you want to take out the tethered ab as soon as it spawns, because when he's tethered, the boss actually can't be damaged. So you want to always take care of the tethered ab first in this boss. It's just something to remember. And then just make sure you reapply your dots and keep on that ruin or whatever damage you're doing as whatever job you're playing. For me, it's ruin. I love the way the ruin looks exactly the same as it did in Final Fantasy XIII as well. It's like a black little void dot thing. I think that's really cool. There we go. And then you can also take out these other ads. They're the Skeleton Soldier. If you want to just make it easier on your tank, because that way your tank doesn't have to pick it up, just take out the ads. It's good etiquette, actually, to always pick up any ads that spawn in a boss, unless it's a boss that you're specifically meant not to. But that's very rare compared to the bosses that expect you to pick up the ads. And just avoid this big circle here, the Mind Blast. You can't stun it, so you just gotta sort of let it be. And once you're done with that, just get right back onto it. Oh, I actually don't have my limit break set up in case I want to limit break the boss. But that's fine. We'll take this out first. The Inconspicuous Imp. I could probably even fit my limit break bar right onto my hotbar as we're doing this, even though it's not really that important. I would like to show off my limit break at some point, just because I think it's cool and it's worth showing off. Alright, I'm going to quickly put it on. It's under right here, limit break. I'm just going to throw it right here. Cool. So now let's take out these Skeleton Soldiers. The limit break bar is up here. Once it charges to full, I'll probably throw it out. Or even before that, because I think we're probably going to kill this boss long before... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it right now. Alright, so yeah, just do that. Sky Shard. And boom! And it's pretty much dead at this point. There we go. Alright. And that is the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. Oh! He's so tentacly, but he's dead. There we go. Ooh, and we got an Acolyte skirt. I think that might be something we can wear. So... Oh, I hope I'm recording. I am recording. Good. Okay. So let me say thank you. Thank you. And I will take that. Cool. Alright, so we can leave the duty now. I should probably thank Jax. Thanks, Jax. There we go. So that's it. So in the next part, we will continue on with the main story quest. Yeah, there he is calling me a newbie. Anyway, a newbie. That's such a weird. It's such an ew word. Newbie. Not like noob. Like when you say noob, it sounds more like more abrupt. But when you say newbie, like with a W, it's just it's a weird sounding thing. So I guess we'll go and finish the main story quest here, so we can get onto the Copperbell Mines in the future. But yeah, he can stay in my party. Like I said, he's on the server. He's part of my free company, so I am very appreciative of him taking the time to help out here. Mother Mione, what do you have to say? I did your job. Welcome back, wee one. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success. nor did I expect anything less. You've made such a habit of succeeding that it's difficult not to take your talents for granted. Rest assured, however, Mother is impressed, even if she isn't surprised. But Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point... Yeah, these three. Avir's gone, and it's all your fault. If you hadn't taken an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. I shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. He shouldn't have been. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah, to hell with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye, and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes at any surprise, but I never liked you. I've only suffered for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of Avir's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Yeah, that is kind of weird, I guess, to keep someone's head with you. Wait, don't leave me alone. Please. I'm so sorry, Avir. Please forgive me. I'm not doing her character justice. She's actually a really interesting character that we'll meet more of later. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes 12 times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the service of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word and I will be glad to share the details with you. Cool. Anything I can wear? Not really. I'll just take the money then. So in the next part, since we're not level 20 yet, I know I said I was going to go and do that off screen, but I think we'll just do the Copperbell Mines first, next, and then after that we'll do the level 20 Arcanist quest. So, yeah. Alright. So next time we will do Call of the Desert. See you guys. Bye-bye.